Another important step in year 3 is subtracting tens from a 3-digit number by partitioning the tens that you're taking away. So the first step with this is when you're not bridging. So 461 minus 20, you might use tens and ones practically to help, and hundreds to help visualize this. And then you would move to the blank number line. So you can see that in 461, you can isolate the tens and you can see there is 60 here. So I know that 6 minus 2 equals 4. That's a number fact I've learned in year 1. So then that helps me to know that 60 take away 20 is 40. So when I do this on the number line, I've got 461. I take away the 20 in one chunk, but I know that all I have to think about is that tens column. Using my number facts, then I would work out that it would be 441. The hundreds haven't changed and the ones haven't changed. We've just isolated the tens and taken away the tens using our number fact knowledge. Then, if we move on to a number equation, subtraction equation, where the tens need to be bridged, so you can see that 80 is a bigger amount of tens than 50, that's when we go to partition. So the first thing we need to do is we need to think about how we're going to partition our 80. So we can partition it by looking at what we need to take away to make it the nearest multiple of 100. So we need to take away 50, 5 tens. So the first part of our 80 is going to be 50. And then using my number facts, I would know that 3 more than 5 is 8. So that means 30 more than 50 would be 80. So I put 30 there. So first of all, I start on the right side like I normally would, and I would start on the whole, which is 350. But first of all, I would take away the 50. So I make the next multiple of 100, which would be 300. Then, using my number facts, I would take away the 30. And I know that if I took away 3 from 10, it would make 7. So if I take 30 away from 300, it would be 200. So you need to know the 100 that comes before. That's why it's so important to be able to count in hundreds, backwards and forwards. And then I would make 7 for the 70, and then 0, because there's no ones. And that's how you'd use your number facts to help you.